Today on DC News Now, rain could dampen any hopes of going outside. Meteorologist Damon Madsen times out when you'll need an umbrella.
Well, the holiday rush has already started. I'll tell you everything you need to know.
Then President-elect Donald Trump filling the open seats in his cabinet, many coupled with controversy. We'll run through who will help run the country in the years to come. And lung cancer, one of the deadliest diseases out there, all because it's so hard to detect.
You could have a lung cancer growing inside your chest and not realize it because you wouldn't have any symptoms.
A look at how the detection process is improving. And another tough loss for the Washington Commanders. We're on the sidelines catching up with the team and recapping all the action on the field.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Meteorologist Damon Madsen joins us with the latest check on the forecast. Damon, a deflating loss for the Commanders. However, the sun is shining on a Monday, although clouds are rolling in.
Yeah, Mark, we're trying to get some good vibes going on this Monday. Weather-wise, we have the sunshine, helping us out, but we are going to be changing things up. Here in the short term, though, I can tell you this. It's pretty nice out there as we head into the early part of the afternoon. Now that sunshine has bumped temperatures back up. It was a cold start in the 30s for many of us, but we have 50s across the board, 55 on the dot in D.C., starting to get closer to 60 across southern Maryland, back into parts of Northern Virginia. Luray's already there at 61. And then we have some chillier upper 40s left over the mountains, where, of course, late last week we had all of that snow coming on down. And there it is, very quiet overall on the satellite and radar picture, but there are the clouds starting to show back up across the I-68 corridor, pushing into Martinsburg and Hagerstown. And as we go throughout the rest of the afternoon, we all will see that cloud cover increasing steadily. By the time we get into the night, we'll have a fairly overcast sky, but notice how you won't have to worry about pulling out the umbrella or the rain jacket throughout the rest of the day. Rainfall looks to hold off until later tonight, so we'll time out when exactly that soggy weather will roll in and how long it's set to stick around, coming up in a full check of your forecast here in just a bit.
Today, peach and blossom will join the free birds of the United States of America. Born this past July at the Zimmerman family farm, raised by the, I hear you.
Oh, this just in, President Biden pardoning 2 national Thanksgiving turkeys, Peach and Blossom. On the south lawn of the White House, the annual tradition of pardoning a Thanksgiving turkey sees that Peaches and Bottom never become a Thanksgiving meal. The tradition dates back to the Harry S. Truman's presidency. Well, meanwhile, holiday travel this year is expected to be one of the most busiest on record, with flyers trying to beat the rush. DC News Now's Jean-Marie Cissé spoke to passengers at Reagan National about how they plan to navigate this year's travel.
Well, the holiday travel rush has already started, and TSA is expecting to screen more than 18 million travelers during this Thanksgiving holiday period, and they say they're ready.
It's a lot busier than it was a few years ago, but it's still easy.
Well, it's almost Thanksgiving, and TSA is expecting a record-breaking 18.3 million people to travel by plane this holiday period. That's a 6% increase compared to last year.
Having pre-check, TSA pre is good, so, that helps, with the patients.
Many passengers looking forward to spending time with loved ones.
We're going to my parents' house, Zoe's grandparents' house, to spend vacation in Ocala, Florida.
While others are excited about something else.
Not having school.
Although Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday are expected to be the busiest travel days.
I know Orlando is really bad for the lines right now, so I'm a little concerned.
Many are trying to get ahead of that.
We can get out today and hopefully beat the rush and save some money.
Well, drivers can also expect that holiday rush. AAA is predicting nearly 80 million Americans will be driving by car, so they're encouraging everyone to leave at a decent time and to also have some patience. Reporting at Reagan National, I'm Jean-Marie Cissé, DC News Now.
All right, Jean-Marie, thank you. Developing today, Prince George's County Police releasing the name of the victim of a deadly shooting. Police say his name, 21-year-old Christian West. Police arrived at Lee J. Court in Capitol Heights Sunday night around 8 and found Christian with gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. Right now, no one is in custody. If you have any information, you're asked to contact police. In Maryland, Greenbelt police are investigating after someone was shot during an attempted carjacking at the Beltway Plaza Mall. Take a look at your screen. These are the suspects police are looking for. Officials say that the shooting happened around 4 on Sunday afternoon. If you have any information, give police a call. And an update this afternoon, Prince George's County Police releasing the name of a victim in a deadly hit and run in Accokeek, Maryland. Police responded to the intersection of Indian Head Highway and Farmington Road around 9:50 on November 22nd that evening. They found 40-year-old Loretta Cantor Andrews unresponsive in the road where she later died. Police are still working to find the driver who left the scene. That investigation continues. In Northern Virginia, one city is working to become more pedestrian friendly. Alexandria's King Street now extending its free zone to 3 blocks long. Now, it's a car-free zone, and many local business owners are excited about the increased amount of traffic that will bring to the area. But there are questions on how exactly the little details will work.
Hoping it brings more people into stores, and it brings more people into restaurants.
I'd like to see if the residents who live in the 200 block are able to actually function, and the businesses function without being able to do deliveries to their front door.
Well, that section of the street will be car-free from now until January 6th, and after a short break, it'll be car-free again for Phase 2 from March 14th to September 30th. And after the City Council will decide if it wants to make this permanent. All right, Commanders losing a heartbreaker for the 3rd loss in a row. In a game full of fumbles and kickoff returns and blocked field goals, Dallas Cowboys came out on top. DC News Now's Brandy Flores and Tiger Munn recap the action from Northwest Stadium.
We like to get defenses on their heels, so the tempo aspect of things, we're not doing that right now. I don't know, it's just like there's miscommunication or what. I can't put my finger on it. I really can't. But it's just not firing at all cylinders right now.
Figure out ways to stay on the field and continue to put solid drives together and not put as much pressure on the other side of the ball or put pressure on ourselves that now we got to get it all.
So the recipe for success for the Commanders so far this season and how they racked up all those wins early on is they maintained time of possession. They were able to drive the ball downfield, whether they ended up with 3 points or 7 points in the end zone. They were winning games, and unfortunately in these last 3 games, the Commanders have now dropped 3 in a row. It has been the exact opposite, just unable to get anything going, and I think that's largely in part to Jayden Daniels, one, having a rookie experience, which we should have expected, but also lots of tape on him. Teams are getting way more prepared. They need to prevent this from continuing into a downward spiral, and that's largely what they talked about in the locker room after the game.
We're good. You know, as long as we take these lessons and start applying them, like, we're fine. So there's no reason to panic, no reason to start thinking negatively. It's just go back to work.
This is the part of football that's tough, right? You go through adversity and then you get kicked again. So it's a pain. You know, it's not fun. It's tough. It's uncomfortable. You got to take the lumps when you have them and then go back to the drawing board.
It is going to be a long season. They still haven't had their bye week yet. They still need to get healthy, but I do think for this to continue to not spiral downwards, like I mentioned, is that offensive line has really got to get it together. A lot of the times, Jayden Daniels would look like he was under a lot of stress.
Jayden Daniels got sacked 4 or 5 times during this game. He should have got sacked a lot more. He was running out of the pocket. He was making plays just to find a play. That was what really the difference in this. He's gonna have to learn. This is gonna happen a lot. It's the NFL. Guys are gonna get used to. A defensive coordinator is gonna get used to, and this is a huge learning lesson for Jayden and a huge learning lesson in a rivalry that is very heated too.
A lot of heavyweight celebrities at the game, including Jay-Z watching along at Northwest Stadium. The high-profile entrepreneur and entertainer was at the game with Fanatics CEO Michael Rubin, and he also took pictures with Commanders players and got a shout-out from the broadcast booth as well. Meanwhile, the Washington Wizards' woes continue. They were on the road last night in Indiana, taking on the Pacers, looking to snap a 10-game losing streak. Well, it's been nearly a month since their last win. Not much going well for Washington. They currently have the worst record in the league at 2-13. But one silver lining, they play the play of the team's young stars, second-year player Bala Koulibaly and rookie center Alex Sarr showing promise despite the team's losing streak. But the Wizards did lose once again, their 11th straight loss, 115-103 again to the Indiana Pacers. Alex Sarr with a double-double, 17 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks. Thanksgiving is this week, and this afternoon we have a health alert that could impact your turkey dinner. Health officials are monitoring a multi-state bird flu outbreak. The Department of Agriculture says the virus has killed more than 100 birds in the U.S. since 2022, and Virginia just had an outbreak last year. Experts say that at this point there's no impact on turkey dinners as prices are down 6% this year. But UVA health officials say that the bird flu could mean eggs cost more.
What I think you would expect for the holidays is the price of eggs might not be fantastic, so you might want to look into your holiday baking options where you don't need quite as many eggs. It is certainly possible for bird flu to get into chicken and turkey flocks used for meat, and that could have an effect on prices and things as well.
If there are more outbreaks, you will likely see prices increase because if just one bird in the flock is sick, they'll have to kill the entire group, which impacts the supply chain and then cost more at the store.